ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، نعم المولى ونعم النصير. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد.
والصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين المنتخبين، الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. ورحمة الله على أحبابهم وأصحابهم وشيعتهم ومواليهم أجمعين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم وظالميهم ملعونين من يوم عداوتهم وظلمهم إلى قيام يوم الدين وبعد يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وخطابه المتين وقوله الحق وهو أصدق القائلين: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنما يتقبل الله من المتقين. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
اللهم صل على محمد.
Over the last 8 lectures, we have been barely able to touch the subject of Habil and Qabil, the lessons that we can learn from this ayah, which has in itself enormous depth of different matalib and ma'ani. One can only encourage people to think and ponder in the deeper meaning of this ayah and the ayah that follows and the one that follows after that. Truly it is 9 or 10 days to talk about this subject is clearly not enough. Inshallah, if we are blessed with life. Some other time, inshallah, we will carry on with the deeper meaning. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The idea was to talk about sacrifice. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you to offer sacrifice, He points towards the thing that you love the most, and sometimes it is the test of a mu'min to sacrifice that thing in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We see that in the story of Karbala, whatever was introduced at the time of Habil and Qabil was just an introduction of the idea of sacrifice. That is why it was enough when Habil offered a simple thing, as simple as lamb, just a small sacrifice. This is something that from his herd he liked the most, and he sacrificed that. There were opportunities for him to sacrifice more than that, but he chose that one to introduce the idea of sacrifice. This is what we need to do. Over the time, we see that all the Anbiya has, like I mentioned yesterday as well, the stories of Anbiya and the Ashab of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. We see that everyone was prone to the idea of sacrifice. They did not hesitate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked whomever He asked according to His own dharf, His own understanding and His own tolerance. But when it comes the time for Imam al-Hussein, first He blesses him with the most beautiful things. He gives him a son who is shabih of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He gives him a brother like Abbas, and as we can see, Abu al-Fadl Abbas has now become the pinnacle of wafa, loyalty, sincerity, khulus, and obedience. He gave him a daughter like Sukaina, Fatimatul Kubra. We see that he gave him a sister like Zainab al-Kubra and Kulthum, a wife like Rubab. Imam says, I love the house in which I can see that Rubab and Sakina are there. Lovely people around him. Then it comes to ashab. It comes to ashab. Companions that Imam al-Hussein had in his time in Karbala. He himself takes pride in the fact that the way he has had companions, even Rasulullah did not have companions like him. Even Ali ibn Abi Talib did not have companions like him. Even his brother, Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam, did not have companions like him. On the night of Ashura, when he has gathered everyone in this one tent, and he starts his speech with hamd and thana, praising the Lord. After that, the first thing that he says, that I have never known companions better than you. The first thing that he says, that I've never known companions better than you. Habib ibn Madahir, Muslim ibn Awsaja, Zuhair ibn al-Qayn. Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, he met Imam in the journey. Before that, he had different ideology. He was not very close to Imam. He had heard about Imam, but he was not very close to Imam. He wanted to stay neutral. One meeting with Imam, which we have no idea what went on in that meeting, and his life changed, his ideology changed. He went in as a neutral person, and he came out as a true mukhlis, sincere, loyal companion of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. That is all it takes for a person to change. They say that Imam al-Hussein, when started hearing that the Ashqiya are closing the circle and coming close to the Khayyam and getting ready for the battle, he sent Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas to go ask them what do they need. If they want to do battle today on Tasu'a, tell them to give me one more night and we will do the battle tomorrow. Ulama have given many masalih, many reasons for this act. They have said that one reason is that Imam wanted to, for one last time, he wanted to do the ibadah, worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There was no Zahid like Imam al-Hussein in his time. And he loved Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he loved worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the adhkar, the tasbihat, the du'as. Allahu Akbar, you read the du'a of Arafah of Imam al-Hussein. No one can explain Tawheed like that. You read the dua, it takes more than 1 hour to just read the dua. Many lifetimes it would take for a person to actually understand what the dua is actually saying. This Imam who loves to pray, one maslaha, one reason, this. So he can truly worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then amongst the other reasons, there was one reason as well. Ulama say that there was a chance for some individuals in the army of Yazid, they were still mutaraddid. They were still doubtful about their ideology, and Imam somehow knew that if I give them, see how this works? We read history and it says it is the army of Yazid who is giving Imam one more night. We go into the deeper meaning and we see that Imam is the one who is giving one more night to the Ashqiya. One more night for you. Make up your mind if you want to join me. Allahu Akbar. Did we see the fruits of that? Yes. Hur, son of Hur. And with the narrations we see that there are some other names as well. There are some other names as well. They came one night. So these are the ashab. ashab of Imam Hussein, whom Imam loved even before they joined Imam. Being in the army of Yazid, Hur, a person like Hur, mutaraddid, doubtful, cannot make up his mind. And in the morning, إِنِّي أُخَيِّرُ نَفْسِي بَيْنَ الْجَنَّةِ وَالنَّارِ, I find myself between heaven and hell, and he makes up his mind. He says that there is no way that I will choose hell. There is no way that I will choose hell. Even if you burn me alive, I will not choose hell. Not just once. If you burn me 1,000 times, I will not choose hell. True? This is a common statement, comes from the ashab of Imam al-Hussein. He starts his khutbah with hamd and thana, and then he goes, he says that I have never known companions greater than you. And then he says that I am taking the bay'ah, the haqq of bay'ah, away from your shoulders. Your ibadat have been accepted. You are free to go. You are free to go. He says, when you leave, grab one of my children with you. Every person grab one of my child and take with you as well. The first one to speak up is Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. وَلِمَا نَفْعَلْ ذَلِكَ? Why should we do that? لِنَبْقَى بَعْدَكَ, so we can live after you. لَا أَرَانَ اللَّهُ ذَلِكَ أَبَدًا, may Allah never show us that day and that life. Syed ibn Abdullah Hanafi, he stands up, he says that, it's a long statement that he gives. In that statement he says that if I am killed, then torn apart, cut into pieces, and then they burn my body, and after burning they pick up the ashes and throw them into the air, and they repeat that act 70 times. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings me back, resurrects me again, and then they do it again, and this happens for 70 times. For the 71st time, when I will come back to life, I will be with you, Ya Hussein. I will be with you. I will not leave you. He says to the children of Aqil ibn Abi Talib, says that you have paid your dues with the istishhad of Muslim ibn Aqil. I accept the sacrifice of Muslim ibn Aqil from all of you. This is the Imam, this is Khalifatullah, talking to whom? The companions. Talking to whom? His Shia. Correct? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders Adam to tell Habil and Qabil to offer sacrifice, then they offer sacrifice. See the difference? Imam says your sacrifice has been accepted. You are free to go. They stay. Imam says to the children of Aqil, I accept the sacrifice of a Muslim ibn Aqil on your behalf. You have paid your dues. You can leave. They say that قَبَّهَ اللَّهُ الْعَيْشَ بَعْدَكَ. Oh Allah, oh Imam al-Hussein, Mawla, may Allah curse the life that we get after you. قَبَّهَ اللَّهُ الْعَيْشَ بَعْدَكَ. We will never do that. They say that we have come here to sacrifice ourselves, our amwal, our awlad, in your name. And with this, we hope to be resurrected with you on the day of judgment. What is it? Wherever you go, we go. The ultimate message of Islam is go wherever Rasulullah goes. And here we see that Allahu Akbar, that these are ma'sumin. What do you think? These are ma'sumin? غير ma'sum. These are not ma'sumin. But they have understood the message of ma'rifah. They have understood the maqam of Imam al-Hussein. تقبح الله العيش بعده. Zuhair ibn al-Qayn says that if they kill me, they cut me into pieces, and they do this 1,000 times, and then I'm brought back to life again, I will not leave your side. I will never leave your side. After listening to this, what does Imam do? Imam is happy. He has his ashab with him. He says, oh, it's proven. See, this is why I said that you were the best of the companions. Read the history of any Imam, read the history of any Ma'soom. Not as many as companions like Imam al-Hussein. Imam says, okay, you have given tranquility to my heart. It's time I return the favor. These are my words, sorry. He puts his two fingers like this, and he calls every person. Ya Habib, look, this is the place you will get in Jannah. Muslim ibn Awsaja, see, this is the place you will get in Jannah. Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, see, this is the place you will get in Jannah. Bani Ja'far, Bani Aqil, everyone, he calls them, he shows them their maqam in Jannah. Did they do this for Jannah? If Imam had showed them before taking the oath, no point in that. Imam shows them after making sure that their loyalties are with Imam Hussein. Their loyalties are with Imam Hussein. And we see that in the same crowd there is we have talked about this, there is a child at the back, 12-year-old boy. He raises himself on the knees to make himself visible for his uncle. And he says that, أَنَا فِي مَنْ يُقْتَلْ يَا عَمَّا. Imam looks at him. This is Qasim ibn Hassan. This is my nephew. أَنَا فِي مَنْ يُقْتَلْ يَا أَبَا عَبْدِ اللَّهِ يَا عَمَّا. And Imam says, كَيْفَ الْمَوْتُ عِنْدَكَ. Test him again as well. Okay, tell me, what do you think about maut? What do you think about death? He says, Al-mawtu indi ahla min al-asl. It is sweeter than honey. Death is sweeter than honey. We don't even talk about death with our kids, do we? Oh, our kids are like 16, 17, and mothers wouldn't talk about death with the kids. No. Right? And this child knows about death. He has studied death. In that young age, And with his research and investigations, he has come to the conclusion that death for him, the way he has lived his life, is sweeter than honey. This is the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. This is the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My dear brothers and my dear sisters, tell me, after yesterday's speech, we took out a shabih of the alam of Abul Fadl Abbas. This is the shabih. What does this shabih do? Reminds us about what? About the alam of Sayyidina Abul Fadl Abbas. Correct? When will we start preparing the shabih of Qasim in our homes? When will we start preparing the shabih of Aun and Muhammad in our homes? When will we start preparing the shabih of Ali al-Akbar in our homes? When will we become ourselves the shabih of Abul Fadl Abbas? When will we become the shabih of Habib ibn Madahir, Muslim ibn Awsaja, Zuhair ibn al-Qayn, Burayr Hamadani? When will we become the shabih ourselves? Has Imam ever told you to take out the shabih of the alam of Abul Fadl Abbas? He has not, because we have done this ourselves, right? It's a good act. It's a good act. You should do it. But increase to it. However, we do find in the history, Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq says, what does he say? He says that when my Shia lives in a town amongst people, when he gets out, people should look at him and say immediately, this is the Shia of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. Become the shabih of the ashab of Hussein. Become the shabih of the dhurriyat of Hussein. Now this is our responsibility. Taking the shabih out or making the shabih is no problem. The problem is that we are not making them enough. And we do not have the ideology set in our minds properly. Correct? We see the different videos. There is a horse, and on the horse there is a 12-year-old boy, and he has the green amama and the qaba sitting on the horse. They decorated him properly. Right? You say in Iraq or Iran people do that. I don't know, people of Iraq are sitting here. They make this the shabih of whom? Qasim, right? Zahiran. Don't make the shabih zahiran. Raise him like Farwa raised Qasim. Raise him like Zainab al-Kubra raised Ali al-Akbar. Raise him like al-Banin raised Abul Fadl al-Abbas. That is how you become loyal to your Imam. Do you have a Hussein amongst you or not? What do you think? Do you have a Hussein amongst you or not? Who is your Hussein? You feel shy taking the name of your Imam? Ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif. He is our Hussein. Does he say hal min nasirin yansurna or not? So there is a preparation that he has to do for dhuhur, and there is a preparation that we have to do for dhuhur, for the reappearance of Imam. So he has some homework to do and we have some homework to do. What kind of a person do you think Imam is? The one who does his homework quickly or delays it? Come on, answer. Immediately he would complete his homework, correct? So we can safely say that whatever requirements we need for dhuhr, it is not from the side of Imam. Imam has already done his part. Whatever is remaining must be from our side. Correct? So Imam needs ashab like the ashab of Imam al-Hussein. When will we become the ashab of Imam al-Hussein? We say, Ya laytana kunna ma'akum fanafudha ma'akum. Well, if it does happen today and you are in Karbala, everybody knows what will he be thinking about at that time. So we come back to the night of Ashura. What time is it? Okay, everything is gone. We come back to the night of Ashura and we see that Imam, I will just, one little thing I will say and then move to the musibat of Aliyun al-Akbar. Nafi' bin Hilal, he says that during the night I saw that Imam left his tent and started moving towards the battlefield. Says that I slowly and very quietly started walking with him. I was worried for Imam. I wanted to safeguard him. I needed to be near him. If anything would happen, I would be there to help him out. So I quietly started walking behind him, not letting him know that I am behind him. But all of a sudden something happens, there is a noise. Imam turns around. There's darkness. Imam turns around and says, "Is this you, Nafi'?" Nafi' says, "This is me." "Why are you here?" He says, the question, I should be asking the question, what are you doing out here all alone? I wanted to be with you to protect you. What are you doing out here alone? Imam says, "Nafi', come here." Come here. This is the place. This is the place. This is the place where they will kill my Habib. This is the place where they will kill Muslim ibn Usayj. This is the place where they will attack Buraya. That is the place for Zuhair. Come with me. This is the place where my Awan and Muhammad will go. This is the place where Qasim will fall from the horse. This is the place where my Aliyun al-Akbar, Shabi of Rasulullah. And then Imam says, you see those trees, somewhere in that tree is the place where my brother Abul Fadl al-Abbas will be. The day of Ashura comes, all the ashab They are eager to go fight the battle. Imam loves every one of his companions. Whenever he sees someone go towards the battlefield, I think it must have broken the heart of our Kareem Imam. All the Ashab gone, Habib gone, Muslim gone. And then comes the time. All the Ashab are gone, all who are left are Banu Hashim. The first one to come out, all prepared for the battle, has his sword with him, everything that he needs for the battle he has with him except water. Comes to Imam, he says, Ya Abata, Imam looks, it's Ali al-Akbar. Saying to Imam, Ya Abata, Halli min rukhsa. Do I have your permission to go? Imam cannot hesitate at this time. Although he cannot stop the tears from flowing on his cheek, immediately says, yes, go. But before giving him permission, he does a strange act. He brings his hand together like this, puts the hand under his beard, faces the sky. Allahumma shahad ala al-qawm. Oh Allah, bear witness to these people. لقد برز إليهم غلام. To them goes the youth, أشبه الناس برسوله, who resembles to your Rasul the most, خلقا وخلقا ومنطقا. In his khalq, in his sirat, in his akhlaq, he resembles your Rasul the most. Goes. Ali al-Akbar, he's the grandson of Ali ibn Abi Talib, he's the Shabih of Rasulullah, he is trained by Imam al-Hussein. Starts moving. In the battlefield, he is unbeatable. 120 ashqiya killed by his sword. He fights and fights. Imam al-Hussein is watching. He's watching. For no one Imam did this. He did this act for no one, but this time he raises his hand again. Ya Radd Yusuf ala Yaqub. Oh Allah, you are the one who returned Yusuf to his father Yaqub. Let me see my son again. I wonder what Imam would be feeling in his heart. He might have a desire in his heart to to see the face of Rasulullah once more. The dua is accepted. He sees when the dust settles, there is the horse coming, and Ali al-Akbar is on that horse. He comes straight to Imam, gets off the horse, comes to Imam, Ya Abata, al-atashu qad qatalani. The thirst is killing me. وثقل الحديد قد أجحدني, and this iron on my body is so hard that it's wearing me down. Is there a possibility for a sip of water? I ask Ali al-Akbar, have you not seen Imam all day long? He hasn't had a sip of water himself. There is no water in Khayyam. Why do you ask Imam al-Hussein for water? Then I remember the story of his childhood. When he was a little boy, he came to his father Hussein. He showed his desire for grapes. It was not the season of grapes. Imam alayhi salam takes his hand behind the pillar and brings it out, and he had grapes in his hand. He gives it to Ali al-Akbar. I think at that moment Ali al-Akbar must be thinking, the one who can give me the grapes that are out of season, maybe he can manage a sip of water for me. Imam says, come near me. أدخل لسانك في Put your tongue in my mouth. Ali al-Akbar comes forward, puts his tongue in the mouth of his father. All of a sudden, he steps back again. Ya bata, lisanuka aybasu min lisani. Your tongue is drier than my tongue. Imam al-Hussein takes out the ring from one of his fingers, puts it in the mouth of Ali al-Akbar. Go. Your grandfather Rasulullah is waiting for you on Kawthar with water in his hand. Go fight. Ali al-Akbar goes, he fights. There is one shaqi who comes behind Ali al-Akbar. I have to quickly go through this. There are details. He strikes Ali al-Akbar from the back. The spear enters from the back, comes out from the chest. He holds the spear in his hand, takes out the sword, hits Ali al-Akbar on the head. Ali al-Akbar holds the neck of the horse. His back is in front of Ashqiya. Whoever has the sword hits Ali al-Akbar. فَقَطَعُوهُ إِرْبًا إِرْبًا. His back was cut into pieces. He leaves the horse. عَلَيْكَ بِالسَّلَامِ يَا أَبَتَا. Imam rushes towards his son, comes near the body of Ali al-Akbar, slowly comes down on the body, comes down on the body. He is on the body of Ali al-Akbar. He places his cheek, وضع خده على خده. He places his cheek on the cheek of Ali al-Akbar. على الدنيا بعدك العفا. there is nothing left for me after you, Ali al-Akbar. قتل الله قوما قتلوه. لا لعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. مات الحسين.